Hello and welcome to the preview of Rosehill, and boys, we actually finally have a decent card on a Saturday in Sydney. Mark Lembaum, Aaron Macy, good morning.
How are you, Dallas?
It's pretty exciting, Aaron.
You're
worried about the weather, I can see.
Well, I'm worried of what I've read on Weather Zone, who's usually pretty good.
So what is happening, Mark?
Well, your guess is as good as mine, Dal. There's a low pressure cell that's moving through that's delivering some sort of rain all the way through, and then that will be there'll be some sort of southerly change tomorrow, which will direct some moisture on from the coast and through. So chance of rain today, good chance of rain today, and some prospect of rain tomorrow.
And the tomorrow one's the key, isn't it? Because today could be a decent storm, but if it comes, it'll be hard.
The problem with today is that the henny penny will run around in the morning.
Yeah.
Telling all the trainers to scratch.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with rain today, and the problem with rain tomorrow is that it'll complicate the track.
Yeah, fair enough, cool. But
what about with the aeration 2 weeks ago? With that, if it rains,
it gets to the outer edge of the aeration now. You're getting closer to that, not having much of it. But the reason they do that is to make the rain drain. To make the track drain better.
So the water doesn't sit on top; it actually goes through.
But as far as the toughness from the aeration goes, we'd be borderline effect now, Mark. What do you think?
Well, it's all got to do with how they mow the bloody.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we got to remember last time too that the rail in the 6 metre spot, which is traditionally the rail in the true, which is traditionally fenced off. The grass was short on the inside, which did provide that opportunity. But that strip. If it was the same, obviously the grass had been mowed once or twice since then, you would hope.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. They've got to be onto it. At this time of year, you'll just you'll get jungle if you're not.
But anyway, the 3 metre spot is generally one of the fairest spots at Rosehill, Mark, because we just basically play straight into the straight into the quickest section of the track, and but then again with okay field sizes, quite a few will be outside of that lane, which you don't want to be outside about 4 metres off the fence.
Yeah, it's look, I'm going with middle drawers, but it's a bit of this and a bit of that.
It'll be a fair looking track. All right, okay, let's get in now. But just remind about the tournament. The weekly $25,000 tournament of the Saturday is on, of course, and you're going to be able to still, if you're seeing this today on Friday, you're still going to be able to jackpot your way through and using the tournaments to jackpot into. So you can jackpot in. It's only $110 a throw to get into the tournament if you just want to go straight in. Or I think there's $10 tournaments and stuff like that all through the afternoon, Aaron. You can jackpot into it for it tomorrow.
And Glenn's playing tomorrow?
I think it should be. Yeah.
That's not the only thing that's playing. We've got the dogs that are being trained at the back here.
Yeah, the planes,
overhead.
Everybody over there. But you don't even have a question. And there's nothing near to that.
And that's right. Tournament tomorrow. Be there.
Lovely. Celebrations Penrith Plate open to the event over 1,100 metres for the 2-year-olds. $4 Faraway Town, $4.20 Amber Isle backing up from last week if it does, and $5 for the all-conquering John O'Shea stable Nemrod.
Who did?
Mark, that's the price of John O'Shea.
Yes, who I thought trialled particularly well in a fast enough heat at Rosehill, the scene of the crime tomorrow. So, despite the fact that we're casting aspersions on the stable, I was certainly excited to see.
Just one thing on the stable, and I know it's midweek and midweek's different, but it was midweek maiden.
Yep.
It was obviously a focus horse in Gasoni. That was the best I've seen an O'Shea horse look. And as we've seen, it's like we've got all these new fields. I don't know if this is a new batch of horses that I've got new focus on. But
it does matter whether they're targeted or not, doesn't it?
They're targeted. It was obviously a target horse that was highly spooked and they've got a big opinion of. I don't know whether this will be the same.
No James tomorrow, so
but there was a huge intent that was to have James here, and he was trying to get James here, and Godolphin overturned. He said, "No, you've got to stay in Melbourne.
Got to go to chase the carnival."
Yes. So it'd be interesting to see how a few of these earlier Godolphin horses parade.
There's a bit here, Dal, because we've got the Waller horse backing up with Kathy off, coming home. Like it's had the 1,100 metre run, but at the same time, do you want your 2-year-olds racing that?
The backup second start is never. It's always a bit icky, but it is Waller, so you can forgive that a little bit. She's a nice horse, and I think
she's a big girl too.
Yeah. So better I mean, and that Canterbury track, I mean, that talk about long grass. It was long grass on Canterbury there. I don't think it was a track you wanted to be starting your career off on. Over
Or
1100
backing up
metres.
from?
Backing up from. Yeah, that's right. How much juice has been taken out as well too. But she is a filly coming home though.
And she did have a pretty decent
nice looking, nice type of
platform
horse, Aaron.
for them.
Yeah. Well, I keep saying with these Hincham books, God, they're good horses.
Yeah, well,
They're
he
big, strong,
was big and strong himself. Yeah.
We've got a country cutter here that look to shape nicely against some older horses at Goulburn.
Yeah, I always like when they can beat the older horses in trials or trial well around them. So a lot of the time, if you're coming from that area, they're not good older horses, but nevertheless, they're still trialling against older
Still
horses.
got a bit of a decent advantage on the older horses.
Yeah.
Big advantage.
A
on
big
the young
advantage.
horses.
But I just like its professionalism in the trial. Jumped, went there, did it all under its own steam. The other horse was pushed behind it.
Hard pushed the outside.
It was hard pushed and it just went through its gears. No, it looks quite a nice horse. I think he's not a bad trainer for one of those trainers to bring them to town.
I noticed that the Dicky who won the 2-year-old race a fortnight ago with an interesting preparation of 1050 trial against the older horses. He hasn't done that here with his colt number 2, who's trialled in I have to say one of the slowest trials I've ever seen at Roxbury.
Yeah, didn't make much of the trial. I thought it was.
So the market is showing respect, perhaps a bit too much
Undue
respect.
What are we saying about Sinopia, who's trialled this week?
This week trial, I don't know that at times.
I don't like it with 2-year-olds.
Maybe not with 2-year-olds, exactly.
Yeah, I'd like to see Gerald. I think Gerald's horses can be a bit exposed, and then this didn't really do enough for me.
It wasn't a trial that I sat back and loved, but I do have a lot of respect for the horse that beat in the trial. I think it could be quite a nice horse.
Right.
And they quite cleared out from the others.
Okay.
And it's still, as much as it was a bit pushed, it still looked like it had something there under it. So I thought they were they both trialled quite well. And
Right, so the answer is a pineapple. Look,
yeah.
I started with the horse that ran so well a fortnight ago that she's put her stamp down on Rosehill. She sat there. She lost the good option when she went to get on the back of the horse outside the leader, outside when she would have been better off staying underneath them. And I think she's the horse to get through.
Far away town, all right, Aaron.
I was actually, if I was going out of that race, I was actually going with Pittsburgh. So
Why
I
is
got
that?
a little bit lost from behind. I thought the blinkers would be the thing that
So-
sharpens it up and gets it a bit closer.
What, he's going to show speed tomorrow because he's got blinkers
No,
on?
not necessarily speed, but I think she'll attack the line a little bit better, a little bit more. I think she lost her focus. She couldn't quite let down like the trials going into the race. If there's 1200, I'd be a bit more confident. But, no, actually, it's a good stand. It's a real tricky race. I'm actually hoping I can go to the mounting yard and just go no, and find the answer.
All right, okay, let's move on. Okay.
Yeah, so we've just confused ourselves there.
All right, lovely. Race
Good
2 is over 1300 metres. $4.60 the favourite top score. $6 Stoker. Oh, sorry, $4 equal favourite with Dingo Mountain. Or Dingo Mountain.
Dingo Mountain is 650 Dale.
Is it? Okay. All right.
Top
and
score is favourite, outright favourite.
And $6-ish around for Perfect Dare and Stoker.
That's right. Well, Stoker ran in the Inglis race the other day, so I just put the pen straight through him.
And Perfect. Okay, so what are we saying?
It's an interesting race. Top score has had some time off. Really threw himself at the line in a walking race at Warwick Farm on debut. Has trialled since and looks an interesting runner. I think there's a bit more tempo here because we've got Bjorn's horse on the back up who went loose in the lead there last week at the new greyhound track we've got, but ran some time.
Do we know what a time is there though?
Well, comparative
For the day.
Yeah, that's right. So he ran some numbers. We've got Perfect Dare who came here unheralded in my opinion and sat outside the other thing of Bjorn's Lady Sniper and kept working after being well backed. He's now third up with a tongue tie on, so he's attacking. So it promises to be a faster run race than certainly Cartier Rock saw last time, who I am sort of somewhat interested in coming back home for the gun.
I felt that she had a lot going for her the other day too.
But it was a walking run, it was a really slowly run race, so you're thinking, okay, she's in a good spot there, and when she doesn't let down you go, oh yuck.
Yeah, but
It's still disappointing. I agree with that. And there was a day where you wanted to be on. I think you wanted to be there. She still didn't show enough.
She scrambled. Her wheels were spinning.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a thought.
Okay.
Dingu Mountain. He seemed very soft late.
Yeah, I prayed it awfully too. Like that in that race, I think we sent out the message about the winner of the race was the only horse to parade well in it. And when we say well, the only horse that didn't parade disgracefully too, including Perfect Dare. So yeah.
So he paraded no good either, did he?
Oh yeah, no. Well, it was probably the next best until the late bit, and then it said I'll have a turn at this too.
Okay.
So yeah, so they're all pretty bad. So yes, so Dingo Mountain was bad first up, Perfect Dare was bad second up. So they've both got plenty of improvement. Yeah.
Right. Is there anywhere else to look? Aurora Glow I was touting from the Melbourne Cup Day races. She raced against the fillies there. She's on a quickish back up, second up comes home.
Mm-hmm. What do you say about top score, Aaron? What do you say?
Well, I agree with the Dingu Mountain Perfect Dare. I think they can both improve, especially from what you said. And I thought Perfect Dare going up slightly in distance would be a plus for him.
Yeah.
Top score, a lot of respect for it. I think he'll be a really nice horse next prep.
Mm-hmm.
He's still, the only thing that worries me going up in distance, I think he's going to be a far better horse ridden cold as well. I thought his win on debut was very good. Because I know he was on pace, he had those favours, but he hated being there, got lost around the bend, but his last 50 metres where he tracked the line was something that a good horse does.
He wanted to win, didn't he?
He wanted to win. Like, I think the horse will be a winner. I have him on top here, just because of the thought of his ability. I think he should sit in a nice spot with a little bit of cover. And the other horse I thought was big odds was Not a Gypsy.
Peter and Paul and Mary, yeah.
Mary, yep. Obviously highly well bred. Look, it has that similar profile as its relation in Gypsy Diamond. Like you said, there's good pace here. I think 1300's perfect for it first up. And I think it'll be hitting the line. I think it's one at big odds.
Yeah, I expected the market to show a little bit more respect for a one-start, one winner from that yard.
Peter and
I
Paul.
beat nothing that day, and
Yeah, but you can
Well, the
expect
stablemate was going in reverse in that race. Hail the Chief had since gone off to the Thompsons and run well on Wednesday.
Right, that's race 2. Race 3, the country race, 1400 metres, Lofty's Menu, around about the $5 mark, Luxury around about the $6 mark, and Tommy Gunn around about the $8 mark.
Yes, Dallas. I assume that you've elected to.
I don't mind playing them on the day, but until that point, I just don't worry about it.
Well, interestingly, Lofty's Menus at a prep in a Saturday race. I thought that would make him quite popular here. Luxury couldn't get a start, refused to start last week, so we'll try the 1400 back at Rosehill. It looks to have obvious claims. Royal Jackpot is a horse that was always highly touted in town and has seriously lost its way.
our good friend Bob Greenberg of the show.
Yeah, of
Owner.
course. Yes,
Yep.
RGG. And there was a horse in the market there that I really was quite antipathetic towards, a horse by the name of Tommy Gunn, who allows them first up at home over 1200. He's a middle distance horse that I felt would be lost from gate 2 here.
Okay.
All right. Thoughts, Aaron?
I like a horse in high opinion. It's a horse that showed ability in that area against decent bush quality open horses. It's the first time he gets back down to 56 kilos in a long time. He's always been up there in the big weights. And I always find those horses that hit the line, they do tend to do it better when they are down in the weights. Just needs a little bit of luck from the wide gate.
Help us out with the rider there, Aaron, who we haven't seen much of. You would have seen more of him than...
I don't want to help. I can't help you out the rider. Driving into him on the way to the track would be far better. I don't know why he's brought it to town and not put a city class jockey on when he has the opportunity to do it.
Well, he wants the 56 like you do.
Oh, well, I'm sure you could find... I would have found a better claimer in town, but that's just me.
I assume it's his son.
Yes,
I'd imagine it's a family thing.
Yes, it's a family thing.
Yeah.
The other horse is Royal Jackpot. It was just out the back, first start.
But what went wrong with Royal Jackpot? Because I haven't seen Royal Jackpot since he ran alongside Divertier at the midweeks here.
Yeah, and he hit the line at Rosehill.
That was first up, and then he went to a couple of the country championship races and just got lost his way badly, and then he ends up getting beaten up by Hasten at Parks. So Yeah, and then the return run, anything to see there?
Well, no, not really. He's kind of he started to get going late. I just thought coming back to Rosehill, this is where he showed his best form.
Yeah.
Was his best run come here. I just put a lot of respect in the Matty Dale, especially coming back.
And I think
races.
that the point is that with the view to these races, you look for horses that have had city runs, and that's your crutch.
Yeah.
And I think he, in my opinion, is a city class trainer, Matty Dale.
Oh, of course he is, yeah.
He's a city class trainer.
Well, he won the race last week as well.
Exactly. So I think he's good at setting them up for these races, knowing what they need. I'll be going with High Opinion and Royal Jackpot currently.
Marcus?
I'm with Luxury, but I think the top 5 horses all merit a chance here. And as I said, I was opposed to the 12.
All right, race 4 is Ins and Outs, about a 2-to-1 favourite. Religify slightly longer than that, and Diamond Oasis and Mojave the next in the market.
Track condition key to Mojave, who couldn't get warm with the sting out last preparation, or maybe it's just that he needs things all his own way.
Probably both.
Well, I mean, look, the form race of a fortnight ago appears to stand up here. I know that people are perhaps a bit sick of ins and outs.
This really does look a race. The rain really does take it, because I think most of them you just put it.
I'm hoping there's the cut out of the track, so I can put a line through a lot of them.
Well, you can put a line through a lot of them. Well,
Yeah.
you can put a half a line through some of them too,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a shit. But anyway, keep going. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, so your form race of a fortnight ago looks to hold all the aces here again.
I hope
Is
you're
there?
right.
Huh?
I said, I hope you're right. The run that I loved in the race was into Eddie. I thought it was just a nice return run. He's hit the line.
He's got bigger. I don't know if he's going to be as much of a tracker as he was.
I think
Well,
yeah. The difference, I think he'll handle it. I think he will handle it, whatever it is, regardless. And whether it's dry, I think he goes just as, maybe not just as good, but he goes
But no,
good
what
on
I'm
dry.
saying is I don't know if he's going to be as much as a wet tracker as he was.
Okay, fair enough. But I don't think we're going to get a heavy 10
No,
either.
it's a fair one, yeah. No.
So I think his wheels won't be spinning if it does. And
Yeah.
I just think if it is cut out, there's a few of these that aren't at their best if it is cut
No,
out.
exactly right.
Right, is it worthwhile talking about Religify and what difference it may make if the track were to deteriorate tomorrow?
Well, I think Religify was as forward as it's been first up forever, and it's probably run as well as it ever has first up forever.
Right, so
And it does, but I think it does need a dry track. It's still, when I say forward, it's still sort of Chris Waller forward first up, Aaron, which means like they're ready, but they're not. They've still got plenty in the tank.
Yeah, they've got a lot in the tank.
But there's that worry about the Chris Waller go okay first up, 2 weeks between runs, have a flat run.
Yeah.
yes, so does that draw you back to is ins and outs finished or not?
No, I think he just ins and outs around every time, doesn't he? He did pretty much what he does all the time.
Does it mean anything that he had to lead to record his 2 wins as preparation? That he had control both times?
Or is it just that he's just run around and he's just won? I reckon he runs the same race every week. Just about.
maybe.
And it's just whether
It's hard to be got rid of here.
Yeah, it's just whether he runs the same race every week. He puts the mark there, and it's just whether anything in the race runs
Is
faster.
he
than
just
him.
a better 1200 metre horse possibly?
I think that the control aspect
Do you think the control
Works
at
better for
1200?
him.
Because, is he maybe spending too much gas over 1100 when he's forward, and yet he doesn't finish off the time?
Well, J Pard appeared to ride him a bit ordinary the other day.
Yeah.
That sort of sitting there half baked.
I just think he is what he is.
He is what he is.
That's
He's just a Saturday horse.
yeah. Well, and I think also too, the races that he's won. I mean, not that we're talking about world champions, but it probably been a cog down from this as well too. Which is if you're talking about if you're trying to make a case for control and all that, I think it's a lot easier to control lesser horses than it is.
Yeah.
Because we've got game on here. We've got Don't Tease Me, Quartzite and Diamond Oasis. So that's there's 3 in the van there that.
Couple of those up for 1,000 as you or that list.
Yeah, well, Quartzite and Don't Stay. Well, that's right. Diamond. The 3 of them are keen beans.
Keen beans.
Right. So Ins and Outs has to sit tomorrow, and Religify will sit. That he looks poised, and yes, I think you make an interesting case for the Zinzan, who I'd be worried about not being fresh enough for 1100 second up, but still, he's there to pick up the pieces, isn't he?
He sure is. What about how much you love him? He did get beaten ahead to Peeping, which would start favourite in this race.
When it had control.
When it had control.
And
He's another horse that
And a
needs
leader
control.
stroke too.
Yeah, and a 6 metre rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I know how much Dear Love Me will probably win one of these races, but I think it's just, from my point of view,
Well,
God bless it when it
That's brave
does.
saying that, Dale, because he hasn't won in Sydney
No,
since
I
his
know.
debut.
But I've just got
on
the
the
feeling.
Kensington track.
Yeah, I know. I've just got the feeling that he will win one of these races. And but as I said, if he does, God bless him. You know,
Yes.
yeah. What about Diamond Oasis? Who it seems that he was just marked what we call 950 metres 1,000. He was just marked 1,000 metre horse. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if he's.
Well, Joey's stuck,
Put it this way, I
stuck
bet-
religiously to the
The
1,000 for a long
1,000 metres.
time.
Our numbers at 1,100 metres have been going just well, if not better.
Yeah.
1,100.
Unfortunately, he hasn't seen a Saturday race in Sydney for a long time.
No. Okay, fair enough. What do you say about Domino's then, Aaron?
I thought 1100 looks clearing.
Do you?
Yep.
Because he hasn't been there for a while. But if you
Maybe.
watch him race at 1,000 metres, he just never. I suppose most of the time, most of the horses in 1,000 metres never look comfortable. But he doesn't look really overly comfortable in 1,000 metre races.
Well, you sort of look at him going, I never realised that you were a bunny.
No.
You know, it never occurred to me throughout the early stages of your career that you were one of those horses.
Yeah, well, and you remember if we go back to when he was trained by John O'Shea and did win this race when 3-year-olds couldn't do anything at the time. He won this.
He beat age.
Won 1,100 metre race in, I think might even be one of almost his best figures. Well, close enough to his best figures over
He
1,100
beat
metres.
the older horses as an early 3-year-old. It was in fact.
Could well have been this race.
It was Golden Rose Day, or it was,
Oh, was it? Okay.
so that time of year.
All right. There you go. Anyway, I'm religious by it.
I'm
Ditto.
Zinzan Eddie each way at that price.
Okay, 1,900 metres is the next thing.
The November Topaz.
What's the November Topaz? What's that mean?
I don't know. It's like it's
a week
they've given us 2 open handicaps tomorrow.
I have it, yeah. Okay.
Whatever that means. I mean, benchmarks are open handicaps.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for some
Okay.
reason they don't want to call them that.
All right, so we're there. $4 Sir John Hawkwood-ish, $5-ish best case, as is Moral Victory and Sab Cat.
Come on, this is a gala. You've got to be excited about this.
Oh, yeah, Sir John Hawkwood is good. Yeah, it's interesting. Sab Cat going around again.
Sabcat, who was friendless and was put
Well,
up
he
the
was
white
fri-
flag for.
He was friendless last week. He's just got to be totally friendless this week, does he? Or,
He could be back.
Oh, okay.
No, he'll be back. Sabcat. So here we've got a couple of keen beans up in distance here. Moral Victory and Harry Hotspur.
Yeah, it's Moral Victory 900. Yeah.
So Sabcat will take the trail because they argued that. See the steward's report last week. He says, which I disagree with slightly, but stable representatives stated in his opinion gelding is better suited when ridden more conservatively outside the lead.
So they've gone 15 lengths below average. Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Conservatively outside the lead. How's that what's conservative?
Anyway,
about outside the
tomorrow it will be box seating. Okay, so they get their wish that it'll take a trail.
Do the stewards not looking at it and say, mate, you've actually gone 2 to 3 seconds below average?
All they're looking for, Dal, is a
He's-
line,
he's
right?
just-
they
he's
they
just-
just want the line.
Yeah,
You
tick
just-
the box.
Yes,
Yeah.
and let's move on. So,
Alright.
you know, they should have queried that, but
Alright.
that's not what they do.
All right.
Interestingly, I was on the stand for RW, was it 3 weeks back when St John Hawkwood debuted for Dicky,
Yeah.
and there was Dicky having a sizeable win and place bet on the horse.
Okay, that's good.
So,
The horse has got ability.
I'm just if there's a little bit of cut out, I'll just be declaring this horse a moral.
Well, I think that. Well, you know.
well, look at the other thing. Have you noticed what the scratching is?
Yeah, the stablemate.
The stablemate.
And isn't that interesting? Oh, the stablemate had 61.
This is the old Chris Waller move.
Oh, I think it's the old play.
I just wonder if he sorted it up or it was an accident. But it might have. Regardless,
No
it's
accident,
Like,
no.
you think it's no accident?
Okay, then okay. If you've thought all that up and you've all been all very clever and everything's fucking wonderful,
Yeah.
you've come up with Blake Spriggs.
Right.
Yeah, that's where he's stuffed up.
So he was worried about manipulating the weights and all that sort of stuff, and then he forgot to book a jockey.
No,
Sorry, Mark.
Last start.
No.
What? No, Blake Spriggs rode it first up.
Good.
Right.
Yeah,
This
and
is
that's why he
obviously a
stuck to it.
project horse as far as Blake Spriggs is concerned.
Yep.
Who I realise, you would rather be at Kembla tomorrow, but you'll have to put up with him here. And mark my words, Dal, this horse has a very, very good chance.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
In the inferior ground, first up, in a good platform for this.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm a big Sir John Hawkwood. Yeah.
Slight query, fast run mile up to a.
Comes down. It's a big step back in grade when you look at the class of horses. I think.
He's got the power. He's got the ability to run pretty powerful numbers as well too.
Yeah.
So he turned up in Australia with Craig Ritchie.
Yep.
Then he went to Peter Moody,
Mares, right?
Peter
Yeah,
Moody,
that's
who got him to win second up.
Yeah, massive odds.
I think one of the big things is they look here and they say second up stats are very good and they become a project to get him the win.
They think that's the go. Yeah.
No, he was the horse here.
Oh, look, his best numbers are better than this race.
Okay, so we've made the case for him. Whereas I'm not making any case for best case, even though he was looming large at this time last year.
Doesn't he? Like, is it just because you got Flemington beside his name?
Well, he sort of basically won a similar race this time last year, beating Malice, who went on to
Win a cup.
back to back.
Yeah.
I thought he looks a little bit scary, but I didn't want to.
I think he's not with us, Dal.
But
I mean, that's.
I'm really going to find best case, and I'm definitely not going to find him tomorrow.
What about the old gay deceiver? And we tried our best with Pythagorean and it didn't work last week, so it's probably barking up the same tree. But Villanova,
who blinkers back on.
Yeah, he's third up. Has had the trial since. Trialled on Monday. Blinkers on.
It actually trialled well before its first up run. I think I actually had something on it at like 100 to 1, just in case you win the lotto, one of those tickets. But it kind of does look third up, blinkers on, trial between runs. We're going to throw everything at him today. Yeah,
and I suppose just when you think that Chris Wallach can't produce miracles after watching Christy Lee go around, after watching Vera Miller go around.
So Delectation beat the best sprinters in the
world.
I
know, but there's a little bit of a difference between Delectation was at least in form.
Yes.
And you just think, not even Chris Wallach can get these going, and then and then bingo, there it is. But yeah,
that's right.
God bless
Villanova yet to win in Sydney.
Yeah, God bless it.
Well, I was Sir John Hawkwood, very keen.
But then again, I suppose if we're all pretty pro on Sir John Hawkwood, we bagged the shit out of Sabcat. We bagged for best case, apart from Aaron being a bit scared about it. Who is the second pick then?
Moral Victory.
Moral Victory up to what are you saying up to distance? Because
he's had one run at a mile when he was trained by Stephen Wilson, and he won at Warwick Farm that day. So, look, he's going to 1900. It's sitting on the precipice, but I mean he's racing well. And I thought he like Leicester just didn't really.
That's all you have to go.
Yeah, okay.
Leicester just didn't know.
Okay, so shall we move on? Move on to the mares. The apple,
yes.
The
celebrations, Katara. Thank you, Katara, for your celebrations. $4.60. I am as a lady. $6.50-ish. Role model. About the same price. Queen of Kariba and Alat. Squeezing another one out.
There's no love for the horses that ran around a fortnight ago.
No.
What a replica race. But I'm the lady against Palazzo Publico again. The big.
Where are you,
race.
BZ?
Where is BZ?
That's right. Exactly right. Yeah.
Or BZ.
So I am the lady found 2 midweek races in her first preparation for Joe Pride, where she was heavily backed and failed to deliver, I must say. Aaron?
Yeah, I'm backed as if unbeatable first up at Canterbury.
So we learnt a lot of. Which race? Which race was the? No, hang on. Which race was the Camilleri race, the BZ race?
There was about 3 starts ago with Palazzo Publico.
17th of January.
Okay. Oh yeah. Before going out for a spell.
Yes.
Yep.
Before changing trainer.
Yes.
So there's yes, Cobalt out there. Both runners, in fact, I have to say that both runners are scratching.
They're yet to find that form that they showed earlier.
Yes. Any thoughts, any clues here, Aaron? It looks.
Well, Queen of Kariba was one that I thought people found interesting first up. There's a little bit of money for.
Was there any money? I thought there was no money for it at
No,
all.
it was pretty soft, bro.
No, it was money. No, it was money. In the early markets there was money, and then it blew late.
Hated.
Yeah, it blew late, but there was money for it in the early markets. As I thought going into the race, 1100 was too short. I thought she hit the line rather well, and I thought stepping up in trip was perfect for her. And cut out of the track obviously helps her as well. I thought she was. She finds a suitable race here against a couple of horses that look to be out of form.
Well, the map, as far as the map is concerned, it's not clear cut because we've got Miss Tenpins drawing inside, so she was forced to lead the other day. No, but in terms of the way the race is going to be run, we've got Hebden designated on pace up at gate 1. So I had Typhoon Jolie crossing and leading.
Yep.
All Cerise showed good pace there last time over 1300. Palazzo Publico will be on speed. Iams a Lady be on speed. Miss Tenpins and Hebden.
So you're saying it looks to be a little bit of pace?
Yeah, and then you know, back in January we had the scene of Role Model being sooled to the lead in a 1200 won by Miss Mihiri. So is she a player in terms of that?
Certainly trialled well.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly. Gay's sort of getting a little bit back.
No, I wouldn't say
Before
that.
she gets ready to go again?
Yeah, I know.
She'll be
So-
leaving
But
soon.
she's sort of teasing a little bit that she might be a bit back, but then it's, yeah.
What did she have?
Oh, there was something. Frespinol, yeah.
Frespinol.
Yeah,
That's
so this
about
is the thing. She's coming and these horses are running, one or two of them are running so well.
And then the rest of them.
The rest of them just, yeah.
Well,
so the offers one that's going really well.
True enough. I wanted to start with Role Model, despite the fact that it's a bit precarious for her this race. She's had the 1200 metre trial for the 1200 metre race.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she had, 3 trials last time, an 800 and 2000, wasn't it? And I think she said, yeah, the 1200 metre trials. And we saw with that festivity, yeah, I think, and it was a point that I think we were both discussing at the time, was that she was probably too fit for that distance.
Yeah, well, Nick Ashman had put in his column that she was doing very good work over 1200 at home.
Yeah.
Yet she was coming to an 1100 metre race.
Yeah, it just seems that, you know, like they might be too fit and not fresh enough for what is required to sprint. And you can see that with festivity, that she just didn't have that buoying over the 1100.
Yeah, I did like her trials and thought that she could be a chance here. This one.
Yes, she's I think she's a horse of some substance.
Yep.
And you know, now they got rid of the idea of 2400. Let's start off with 1200.
A lot?
No.
No, it just can't, can it?
Why don't you like it, Mark?
Well, everything was inch perfect the other day. Inch perfect.
Yeah, inch perfect. The other thing with this horse that I have noticed, that everything has got to have to be inch perfect when it's won, and it's only ever won on the minimum.
Is it?
Yeah, it's, I know, not big weight.
Well, she's only a 3-year-old
but
filly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's only ever won on the minimum every time she gets.
She
more
did
weight.
parade. She paraded like she was on the way out last time,
Right,
and
okay.
probably
And
probably raced that way. I mean, on our
didn't
numbers,
run through the line.
and on our numbers, she's dropped it 2 or 3 lengths. It was
Yeah.
just that unfortunately everything else went shit too. So
Right. So where are we going then? Well, what do you want to say about Iams a Lady? There's the biggest spruik horse.
Me? No, not much. Until you see it do it again, until I see those horses do something again and win a race, I'm finding it hard to be on them unless they be
Well, she
on.
won her first start.
yeah,
She's not won since.
yeah.
She was always a problem horse, like, where she would do things wrong in her races, she'd miss the kick, she'd do lots of funny different things. If he gets it right and she gets to the abilities that she showed earlier, well, she can win races like this, but until I see it, I don't want to be in a corner.
Right.
So it's looking a bit fraught, this race.
Yeah.
I thought Queen of Kariba certainly looks one.
Yeah,
Miss
but-
Tenpins gets the
No, I
an
don't
actual jockey aboard.
I don't like it.
You don't like the race? No. Usually like these mares races down.
It's just,
That's right, Dal and the mares. They
no,
did have
there's just nothing there. There's nothing.
no,
to grab.
there's nothing to grab. That's right.
Yeah, like, I find it hard for I'm as a lady to justify as favourite, but I don't know where you go to.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, I was happy to let that slide.
All right.
Race 7, Celebrations Wild's turn. This time it is $2.70 and favourite Frespinol. Next to the market, Centre Pivot, Medcourt and Heart Tester.
So Centre Pivot's having a run tomorrow. It seems an exaggerated price to me.
That it's so short.
That's so long.
So old.
Has won its last 2 at Rosehill.
Yeah, so what could you be pricing it, Mark? Can you give a little hint? for
Well,
the viewers?
shorter.
Shorter?
I realise it's won 2, non-time races, like slowly run races, he's, I guess, on the Villiers Trail.
No, he's not on the Villiers Trail.
Not on the Villiers Trail.
No, he's going to the 1800 metre Magic Millions race, fourth up,
Okay.
worth $1 million.
Probably an easier race to win than the Villiers.
And
And the Villiers, it's amazing how this Villiers works. So everyone says, it's being set for the Villiers, it's being set for the Villiers. The Villiers is worth about 80,000 or something. Isn't it? It might be a little bit more than that, but it's not. Like all this hype around the Villiers, and it's basically just
It's
But
$150,000
it's
race.
good, and the thing that shows is you don't need the massive prize money to get a good field.
yeah, exactly. Right. But I don't think everybody's
All
woken
right,
up.
okay.
Anyway,
So I loved what Frespinol did the other day. I
Frespinol's
think
gone
Frespinol's flying,
and parade it off, boy.
Now, why
but
the
he is
fuck
coming back. What?
1350.
Yeah, he's coming
Yeah,
back to
that's right.
1350. So in this race we have Heart Tester,
I'm missing something.
Red Excitement underneath them, Houseman underneath them, Mighty Lucky to spring out of the gates and go forward from his wide gate, and Medcourt somewhere handy. So I don't know where Frespinol fits into all that, but he certainly looks like he's off the speed here.
But that works for him, doesn't it?
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit fraught. Interestingly, T. Hewitt has a very, very good record on this horse now.
Okay, he might be the man.
Yeah, he might be the man.
He's the man. He's the man. I could not find it coming back to 13.
1350.
All right, so where are you going?
Wrong.
Where am I going? And I'm not going to Centre Pivot because I think it will need the run.
Okay.
That's
Needs
just
a run. It's
me.
only had 77 days off. It's not, it hasn't been
Yeah, that's the
spoiling.
big difference, isn't it? Because it was last time it was 200 plus days off.
Well, it was
Yeah.
175.
Yeah,
was
there's a
175,
big
I thought it was
difference.
250.
But his trials, he looks to just like this is going to be a bring on.
Oh, it was John Sargent. John Sargent will have him ready on 1800 metres Magic Millions.
Okay, all right. So then where are we going, Aaron?
What did you make a Red Excitement in Melbourne? It was a horse trialled exceptionally well going in. It failed in Melbourne.
I think it's gone missing.
You think it's gone missing?
Well, it presumed from that long spell and won the race, and then it backed up with a win at Flemington, and then something happened.
Well, yeah, it stepped up.
'Cause
It stepped right up in grade again was the thing, and it's
Yeah.
racing again, but also
It might have also been too. It was the horse that run on a big brutal number, and a lot of the time that can be just game over.
Yeah, I think we've lost it.
Yeah, it could. Well, I mean, there's the evidence suggests
Because
that.
he was in the right lane at Flemington, wasn't he?
I think with Flemington, you just got to use that form as a guide. I think it was just everyone was so head fucked for what was going on, and
But he
what-
wasn't disadvantaged by
yeah,
the...
no, and
track.
he did zip.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
Yeah.
well, I still find him interesting, so I've
Yeah.
just got to forgive him the one run.
Right.
So he
What about
trialled
the other
so
two
well.
runs?
The other two runs, they'll last forever.
Okay.
And I think his best runs are his fresh runs. I could be wrong. Now the horse, I spoke about this first up. I said he's going to find a nice race second up and he's going to have the wrong jockey again. Mighty Lucky. I thought his run was good. Good first up.
Yeah.
He finds the right trip, the right race, finds the wrong jockey, but that seems to be his life.
no,
with the
exactly right,
Barca. Could be a Group 1 horse, this.
yeah.
Yeah, he's probably going to get to a silly price, and I'll have to have something on him, and he's going to be tracking him beautifully, and he'll pull the whip, lose a length, and get beat ahead.
Yeah.
But
So
you have to.
what's he getting beaten ahead by? That's what I'm.
That's where I'm struggling to find. I think it's a tricky race. Artesta's one that's been racing well. He's been racing well.
Won this race last year.
I was going to say this is almost like his type of race, isn't it?
Yeah, this is that right. Like he's been
Yeah.
poking along nice, poking along the little things not going his way.
Yeah, you got a field that looks probably better on paper than it is because Frespinol looks good on paper, but when you delve into it, the drop in distance, red excitement always looks good on paper, but then you say might be beaten up and gone.
I'd say his centre pivot's probably going to be.
And centre pivot probably having
the
a
best
bye.
race, but yeah, I think.
Not having a bye as such,
Well, no, but
just
unless
not really ready.
everything goes his way.
Yeah. Then Mighty Lucky, ridden by Nathan Thomas, and then Medcourt.
Yeah, there it is.
Medcourt, Mark?
Another horse that I'm suspicious of.
I was really, I thought he did it exceptional. Maybe first up killed him last time because his sprint run. I think career
First
best.
and second up.
First
Remember
and
second up as well?
yeah, out wide, and then another heavy track. But he did get his chance to come back at Scone on a track that should have suited him and didn't. So that's
We backed up at Scone.
yeah. So that's going to be the forgiving run. But
I think his best runs come on rock hard tracks.
yeah,
too,
that's right. It's,
where
well,
predicting might not be rock hard.
yeah, it's probably not going to be, is it?
What about Miloslav? Is he just completely gone?
Gone.
Yeah,
Gone.
it is a bit of a beaten up old race, isn't it?
He did only get yeah. Let's
All
just out.
Okay, Mark, your final answer.
Well, Prespinol has a difficult assignment here, but he can do it. The centre pivot has an assignment to win when not quite right, but he can do it. And Hard Tester and Mighty Lucky, and to a lesser extent Houseman, are in the race.
Yeah, I'm saying Red Excitement and Heart Tester, small, and Mighty Lucky. They're my three. There's your trifecta.
Right, race 8. There's Borco's time for the celebrations. 13.50. Favourite is Disgraceful. Eisenhower, Gamblestown, Unequivocal, all around the $9 or $10. And Liberty Island if it gets a run, which it already has. $7.50.
Yes.
So Disgraceful second up on an 11-day backup, which is pretty recent.
Yes, it is, and especially when I think it's done a career best run first up too.
Yes.
It's another one of the Waller ones that are in danger of the second up.
I preferred Liberty Island with the blinkers on, back from the mile, third up.
It just looks like a race perfectly set for him, doesn't it? I don't.
There you go. Fools never differ, Dal.
There you go.
But what do you looks like
perfectly set for it about the fact that I thought it went awfully last start.
It did,
you
but it
know,
was a
one
very
thing-
slowly run race.
Yeah.
It was like the thing that worried me was the horse that still come down the outside when passing. He didn't like being inside that horse. As soon as that went, but if you would just watch that last 30 metres, he does start to go again. Only just. It was an awful run because it was a horse I thought would win the race, but it was an awful run.
I don't think he had the preparation for it, Aaron.
And I think it looked like it was just a run that he was having for his target race third up, back in distance, blinkers on, and he looks a horse that looks absolutely desperate for blinkers in my opinion.
Right, so yes, so, I mean this is the feature of the previous show where we go looking to make excuses for suspect horses, but I mean that's the nature of intensive form study, isn't it, Aaron?
It is, and it's also what you find when you go through a race with nothing in it.
Yeah, but you start looking for bits
minimal.
and pieces.
All right, so we're in agreement. It's got to be one of the leading chances.
I like it. I think Gamblestown will run well again. It's the same course and distance, similar setup in terms of like he sat three deep without cover the other day. They weren't going very hard, but it's ditto here. I don't know. I guess Ty has been. Yeah.
What about Roy's mate?
Roy's mate.
Siegfried.
What about it? Like it's an away horse.
Okay, done.
All right, the horse that
The Mullagura race, it's backing up off Melbourne Cup days or two. The Mullagura race is a hot race, as we saw
Didn't this
Mullagura.
horse hit the fence? Like
Yeah, I know, but it's a serious race. But I mean, a Mullagura was about $5 into about $5 on in the last race on Saturday.
yeah, off the back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still got that 11
Comes
day
out of
back
the best
up.
form race.
Yeah, that's my point. But it's still got a Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney,
I would
11
say
day back up hard race.
he's not hopeless.
Which one had the sort of the misfortune with the line? Was it Roy or Siegfried? Which one?
Which line are you talking
No,
about?
well, Siegfried and Roy. You don't. No, what am I talking about? Yeah, a couple of years ago, Siegfried and Roy, Campers Row 10, so did the line thing, and one of the lines turned on either Siegfried or Roy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Good day for the line, not so good for either Siegfried or Roy.
Okay.
Now another horse I thought was highly interesting. So I thought it was going to be the best horse in the race by far, unequivocal. Did anyone else find it?
Odd connections, you know, and you're looking at B Shin, and then and found B Shin for Flemington, so it gets Jay Ford back on board here.
So it's obviously a horse he has some sort of an opinion on.
Well, he just, you know, it's going to be a horse that he rides to perfection because it's one of those horses that needs to be ridden to perfection.
Ridden to perfection, yeah. I just thought you had to put a complete line to its Melbourne run because any of those horses that were backmarkers in that race, you just had to forgive.
I think,
Yeah.
as I said earlier, I think you've got to do that with pretty much Flemington full stop.
We just go bang, nothing.
Yeah.
And then so you go
Guide
back there,
only.
it's got beaten 0.9 in Alley, and was probably the run of that race. It was by far the best run in that race, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they,
Wasn't, who was Moody's horse that was second up in that race?
it was the shootout colours, the exact same one.
yeah.
Those two were the runs of the race, in my opinion.
Okay.
And they both went to this race in Flemington where they absolutely had none because they come from off the pace.
Right.
Lanky mare, or big mare, what's her name? Oh, good size mare.
Yeah.
No, anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another horse. Regan Bayless rode it in a race, that's coming with saying. Yeah, I thought they were my two horses in this race, Unequivocal and Liberty Island, with a little bit of confidence.
Okay. It's an
Eisenhower,
up for grabs race.
Eisenhower resuming. We know he needs absolute bone dry. For those who see his record on the wet, well, it's one of the good things that we can do with the data, Mark, is that you can isolate when horses can run through the sections which are the drier tracks, and when Eisenhower's performed on wet tracks, he's actually done all of his work in the straight, which has been the driest part of the track, and they've gone in races that they've absolutely walked in, so his lack of wet track ability hasn't been exposed, but Aaron keep making the point it's not going to be heavy, but rock hard is his friend.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, rock hard is right.
Mentioning Emma's the Danish twist is really Danish twist, there's not much to say. So,
Well, she's on it, Danish twist, and she'll be there. She'll be put in the race. That's
yeah,
pretty much it.
hard to leave out of place sort of type thing. Alright, race 9 is the final event of the card. And it is $3.60 or thereabouts for the Spruk Ducha Valentinios. Telepathetic is $4.80, $7.50 Agnes, and $8 for even more pathetic Winetails.
Right, and you've missed out Binary, who's $4.
Binary, I did there. That's right. Who's got to do it from on pace or thereabouts?
Yeah, so Anyaz and Binary are heading forward from their wide draws. First class ticket is posying up. And
Mary
that's
Lou
pretty much
show
it. Yeah.
pace?
Oh,
Mary Lou, no.
he's scratched.
I was a scratch.
Yeah.
I haven't got that. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, there's pokings around. I would like to see Telepathic put in the race tomorrow. Is there any chance of that?
Not from the wide draw.
No, from Chris from White, he wants to go back. Remember?
No,
He does want to go back. He doesn't have to go back.
they could be intent to go, look to go forward. Just depends whether they get in.
Because I think she's got the best last start.
Yeah.
Um,
Last two starts.
You know, Agnes has got an interesting setup, although I'm not 1500, I'm not convinced. Binary has the fast numbers from Canterbury sitting on Lochiel who couldn't pick up. Puts himself in the race, but I think he's a midweek horse.
Yeah, but he's probably got to do it from on pace and a good pace too.
And so, the Duke of Valentinois,
Well, okay, let's talk about it because it's probably the
yeah, it ran 5 to 4 first up.
5 to 4 first up, paraded just disgracefully.
Right, so do we know what it can parade like?
Well, better than that, you would think. But huge Spruk, and what did it do? I mean, our numbers had it overseas only being a +3 horse.
Yeah.
You know, they want to tell you how good it is, they want to do this, but, you know, I mean, obviously, from what I'm saying, from it parading so badly, there is open to improvement, but so what? What did it do? Nothing.
Well, we expecting it to improve.
It'll improve, but fuck, you know, like, how much do you improve?
I don't want to back it at its current
Yeah, I
price,
mean, yeah,
but
how much-
I could very easily, off seeing what it did at the trials, I could very easily see it jump, put itself there and blow this field away.
Well, you know,
If it's had the work to improve it. But from the way you've described it, it's going to need maybe another run at least.
yeah, that's exactly, yeah, you would think. Yeah, I mean, its best is going to be at 2,000. and its
Yeah.
best overseas was +3 at 2,000, which to me doesn't say you're a 5 to 2 chance over 1,500 metres.
Yeah. I come up with telepathic with a lot of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Third up, Waller, 2 good runs. Her runs at Rosehill have been, I know she hasn't won here, but
Rory
her run,
Hutchings.
superstar.
Superstar.
Mm.
Next big thing, Rory Hutchins.
Yeah, but I thought her runs here have been, like that run, the scratchy bottom that day was
Oh,
very
we
good.
know, but she's
Yeah. It seems right. Cut out of the track's not a problem for her. Just ticks all the boxes here for me. Other than if it had maybe drawn barrier 7, that would have been.
What about Winetails again with the blinkers on?
Oh, this is clearly a better option for it. Dal.
Dodging Birramilla, obviously. Well, they'll be worried about the 60 kilos with her, won't they? Or they just deal with it? The blinkers still, we spoke about the blinkers going on last start, and the blinkers still go on.
Yeah, mainly half a query is I think she's better on rock hard. That could be my, and if it's not rock hard, that's my query with her there.
Mm.
But other than that, no, there's not much else to say. I didn't think. Anyars? Was there anything interesting with
Well,
Anyars?
she's third up with a break in between runs, and she's putting herself in the race. She's got a line with Swift Lady that's complementary to Anya's. I certainly sort of went looking for her, but I don't find her a terribly convincing horse. She's get away with it when things go right for her.
Yeah, she's a funny horse to find. Like if she could return her run to Slightly Sweet, I think she wins this race. Or goes very close to it. Yeah. Other than that, I'm telepathic.
Ditto.
All right, telepathic. Up you go.
What are you saying, Dale?
Probably telepathic, yeah.
Yeah, probably telepathic.
Yep.
So there we have it,
I'm
folks.
sort of still giving Winetails a chance. I mean, I think.
We've got to spread wine.
No, well, Jesus, I mean, she's right. She still is. Her runs are probably better than they look, but I think that might be a consistent thing you say with Winetails, that her runs are better than they look, and whether she's running +6 on our language or +3, she's going to do the same reason to finish where she does.
Yeah.
Okay. She might be a finish in order position no matter how good they go, rather than be able to run numbers. I don't know. But blinkers on, who knows?
Anyway, there's a lot of food for thought there
Yes.
at Rosehill tomorrow, and a tournament to go with it.
Absolutely, and Mark, your stuff is available.
Now, don't forget, this is a big weekend because we've got this massive meeting at Rosehill. We've got Kembla tomorrow and back to the Greyhounds on Sunday.
There's a Beaumont.
For the once a year Newcastle new NJC Sunday meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they had a Sunday meeting at Cessnock a couple of weeks ago, but that wasn't the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So, look out for Rosehill, Kembla and Beaumont.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll greet you again on Monday with news of what went on.
What went exactly right?
Why do we have a 10-horse field, 10 race card at Gosford?
Because Hawkesbury got called off last week.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. No, they split 2 races.
Thank you.
No. Okay. Is that?
I just wanted to
Did
know
you want to know that? Is there anything else
I
you want
thought
to know?
someone else wanted to know as
No.
well.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's the preview. Good luck and enjoy. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.